A very good morning, dear students. Welcome to the virtual class of English 2. Today I am going to teach you the second chapter, Marie Curie, A Radiant Life. Marie Curie's discoveries in radiation changed the world. She became one of the most important women in science, and her research is still important to scientists and doctors today. She became the first person, male or female, to win the Nobel Prize twice, and Marie's discoveries of the element radium helped unlock the mysteries of the atom. Yet, she came from the most unlikely of circumstances. Marie Curie showed that through hard work and determination, anything is possible. Maria Sklodowska, later known as Marie Curie, was born on 7th November 1867 in Warsaw, Poland. Maria was the youngest of 5 children from a humble family of teachers. Her parents taught her value of learning from a young age. When she was 11 years old, one of her sisters died of typhus, and soon after her, Mom died because of tuberculosis. Despite of said events, Maria's father tried to keep his kids focused on studies. Maria graduated with excellent grades. When the moment came for her to go for higher studies, she found that she couldn't register because she was a woman. Decided to continue to study. She, along with a sister, enrolled in Flying University, which used to run secretly to give education to girls because Poland was under Russia that time. Now let me explain Marie Curie's biography written by her daughter Eve Curie, given in your book. So it happened in the autumn of 1891 when a young Polish girl named Marie Sklodowska excitedly registered for science course at Sorbonne University in Paris. She was very shy to make friends, and she lived a quiet and a simple life devoted to study. From her small income, she had to pay for her room, meals, clothes, and expenses at the university. When she wanted to have feast, she bought only 2 eggs or a piece of chocolate with some fruits. In the year 1894, Mary met Pierre Curie, a French scientist who was genius. Pierre was like Marie Curie, a devoting body and soul to scientific research, and this immediate passion brought them together, and in few months Pierre asked Mary to be his wife. But if she married a Frenchman, that means she had to leave her beloved Poland. So 10 months passed before Mary finally accepted, and they got married. Their life together in a little flat was lacking in comfort. It was not a comfortable life. They refused the furniture offered by Pierre's father. Why? Because they wanted to have more space for their research work. So they were having more books, 2 chairs, white wooden table, and on the table there were treatises. That means the systematically written work of their research, and a lamp, a bunch of flowers, and that was all. Little by little, Mary improved her housekeeping wisdom. That means this paragraph is talking about the intelligence of Marie Curie. Not only she was a great scientist, but she was a good homemaker as well. She invented the dishes that needed very less time to be cooked. because she wanted to work in her laboratory as well as she had to manage her work at home also. So with the physicist precision, that means with the very synchronized and with the very less time, she knew that at how much time the things are cooked and things are being done in the laboratory. When her daughter Irene was born, the idea of choosing the work or the family did not even cross Mary's mind. With her husband's support, she kept house and her daughter quite well, balancing her work in the laboratory, working towards the most important discovery of modern sciences. Pierre Curie, who had followed the rapid progress of his wife's experiment and seen the passionate interest, now he left his own research in order to assist her. 2 brains, 4 hands, now seeking unknown element in a little storeroom that was their laboratory. By July 1898, they were able to announce the discovery of new element, and Mary named it polonium after her beloved Poland. In December of the same year, Curie again announced the existence of a second new chemical element which they called radium, an element whose radioactivity they believed to be enormous. Some of the happiest years of Marie Curie's life were when she used to work in her laboratory, dressed in her old dust-covered gown, stained with acid smoke, all hair blown by the wind, surrounded by acid smoke from her experiments which sometimes burned her eyes and throat. Mary was a virtual factory all by herself. Curies had to struggle a lot for their research work. So to support their research, they had to teach, and torn between their work and their jobs, they often forgot to eat and sleep. Thus, radioactivity that they were discovering, it exhausted them and made the pair of physicists weaker day by day. After all the hardships, they were finally able to achieve their remarkable outcome of purifying radium. Radium could become an ally or a friend of human beings in the war against cancer. A radium industry was about to be born. One Sunday morning, Pierre explained to his wife that we have 2 choices. One, we can describe the result of our research without reserve, including the process of the purification of radium, or we can consider ourselves as the inventors and we can have the benefit out of this invention. Mary thought for some time and then she said it is impossible and it is contrary to the scientific spirit, as this discovery is going to help in treating diseases like cancer. Even the pair's idea of getting a fine laboratory from their research work couldn't change the decision of Marie Curie's of giving their research completely for the social welfare. After deciding on the proprietorship, Pierre and Mary headed for the woods for a ride on their bicycles. They have chosen poverty over their fortune. In the evening, they came back exhausted with their arms full of flowers and leaves of the field. On 10 December 1903, the Academy of Science of Stockholm announced that the Nobel Prize in Physics for that year was awarded half to Henry Becquerel and half to Curie for their discoveries in radioactivity. The Nobel Prize meant 70,000 gold francs. That was enough to repay their loans they have taken from Pierre's brother, Mary's sister, donation to scientific society, and so on. Mary also installed a modern bathroom in the little house and got the wallpaper done in the room. But it never entered in her mind to buy a new hat for herself that she needed badly. Having no love for fame, Mary soon started her routine work of school and laboratory. It happened on Thursday 19th April 1906 when, on a hot and humid rainy day, Pierre left the university and, when trying to cross the road, accidentally stepped into the path and hit by a heavy horse-drawn carriage, and in a flash he lost his life. After the funeral, the officials proposed a pension for Mary, which she flatly refused and said that she is young enough to earn for a living, displaying her habitual bravery. The Council of the Faculty of Sciences altogether decided to give Pierre's post at the Sorbonne University to Mary. This was the first time that the position in French higher education had been given to a woman. To witness this, the whole amphitheater was full of people, and when Mary walked in, they were clapping for appreciation. She waited for them to stop, and then she said, "In physics, there had been a huge progress that has taken place in the last 10 years with their ideas concerning electricity and matter." Marie Curie continued the course at precise sentence where Pierre Curie left it. Tears came to the eyes and rolled down on every face sitting there. Now, the fame of Madame Curie spread like a bursting rocket, and Sweden awarded her Nobel Prize in Chemistry for the year 1911. No other man or woman till date has ever received the prize for two different subjects. To the end of her life, Mary continued her work with passion and dedication. On Friday, 6 July 1934, this heartbeat has stopped forever. Mary, buried beside Pierre in the cemetery at Sézox in the presence of her family, friends, co-workers, and students who loved her. Her legacy was continued by her daughter Irene Curie, and she also won the Nobel Prize. So here, biography of Marie Curie is completed. I hope you have understood it. If there's any questions, please write to me in the comment box. Till the next video, bye bye.